It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
Is it some kind of boonie hat or, but white?
I guess so. One thing that makes it even more dorky is the strap.
Well, that'll keep it on at high speeds. Does it have any loops for storing shotgun shells?
Let me see. Yes, it does. If I was cool.
On there?
Yeah, it's a gator. If I was cool, which I am not, it's a jump man. So like Jordan signed off on this, but man, it is not cool when I'm wearing it.
I thought you might have stopped off to get something with the new Cracker Barrel logo on it.
Ooh. You're up on the really hip stuff. Why are you conscious?
Well, it's they're doing away with the Dave Lennox, I believe, is standing there by a barrel. I did not know that crackers came in a barrel. They've always come in a box for me.
For me, and cardboard.
Suddenly they come in a barrel. Who buys a barrel of crackers? Is it
racist though? Yeah. Do you think it was a racist thing?
All those crackers in a barrel. It's now it's the part of the cancellation of Dave Lennox. He's a complex character. He was busy, torn between two companies, being a spokesperson for complex personal life.
Well, I don't know anything
and selling crackers.
You have a lot of information about Dave Lennox that I know nothing of.
Now he's gone. I haven't seen him on the Lennox commercials. Cracker Barrel's dumping him. I went into Cracker Barrel. I was looking for a Barbara Mandrell CD or better cassette
Reba.
tape. Can't find them. Reba. Can't find him. Is it who's next? Buc-ee's? Are they gonna get sensitive about gophers?
Beavers?
Is he a beaver or is he a gopher?
I think he's a beaver. Buc-ee has a big brown beaver. I believe that's who that is it's a beaver.
And Primus wrote a song about him.
As a matter of fact, probably their most famous song. And whenever regular people listen to it, they are offended. But you and I are not offended. We think
because he was just at Buc-ee's.
It's just the Buc-ee's guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So we have been on the air, my friend. Speaking of Dave Lennox and a long period of time, you've been on the air 1 year. You've been recording these for a full year. So what do you think differently from when you heard us talking about it to now about podcasts?
Nothing. I realized then that no one would listen to our podcast, and still today I now perhaps maybe I know that no one listens to our podcast.
The only people who listen to our podcast are people we literally talk to every day.
Correct.
It is. And some of my family members get bored so fast they have stopped listening.
Yeah.
Indeed, it is. And then somebody in Australia. Our numbers are big in Sydney and Melbourne. So interesting, though, isn't it, that everybody is supposed to be famous and everybody has a podcast? Well, we're not famous, but we do have a podcast. Well, I like that.
Correct.
So what has changed this week? You got finished with Monterey. What exciting things changed this week?
Just more stuff that I screw up every day.
More work stuff, you mean?
Putting dents in cars. Stuff like that. I have a race in, let's see, that will be it's less than a month away. And
Wow.
I've been struggling to install new seat belts.
Because you have to have, yeah.
They have to be new seat belts. They can't be like 3 years old. The rest of the car can be rotting to the ground. But if you've got these shiny new seat belts that fly out with your body when the body of the car disintegrates, well, you're okay. You're going to live.
Yeah.
And have
I
they
love
been
that.
inspected? Yes.
So you can be Fred Flintstoning it through a rusted floor as long as your torso is kept firmly on its seat. That's safe.
No, I don't think so. It's just as long as the seat belts are not out of their expiration date.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because
Well, they're keeping you safe. Now, do you take the expired seatbelts and put them on another car that's not being raced this week, and you just switch the seatbelts out?
immediately.
I cannot confirm or deny. That's good. So
They're everywhere.
you have fresh seatbelts on many, many cars.
No, they just move. Sometimes, if
Yeah,
I don't have fresh seat belts, I'll take the fresh seat belts out of one car and move them to the next car that's going to be inspected by the
as you
tech
should.
inspectors.
That's the American
That's
way.
a whole new dimension of work.
Yeah. I would like to know, as you're doing your important work at CEO Heineman, what percentage on your battery on your phone starts to get you nervous about finding a plug to connect and charge it? What's the alert percentage on a dying battery for you? Ooh, 20.
It's 20 because that's when it comes on and tells me that I'm going into power saving mode.
Okay. So you can feel good about yourself knowing that you have a low stress level and your personality trait is effective in driving and you don't let distractions. Do you feel better about yourself now?
I do. Well, and what happens is, every day about 2:26 p.m., I go into power saving mode, especially if I've had
Really?
a pasta lunch, and then my phone is the battery's going to last because I'm drooling on it at my desk with my head on.
I saw what you did there. You did a metaphor and it tickled me pink. Tickled me pink. Did you believe we would actually get through 52 podcasts, 53 podcasts? Did you believe that would happen in the beginning? Or did you think like I did? I'm going to be honest. I've never done a podcast. So I thought, well, let's do 3 and hopefully we'll get through 5. Is that what you thought? Or did you figure, oh, it's going fine?
Oh, it's
I
there's a
didn't
lot
think
of
we'd get
magic.
past
Funny,
5.
you're a magical guy, and I said, "Oh, we can do this podcast for another 150 years because the well is so deep, just
Man,
like a fountain, like an endless. Pretty soon, we'll be fracking out wells of
juicy,
information, and what comes out will just like a fountain keep
the
flowing.
wafting, wafting, wafting.
Well,
Nice.
probably one of us will have to die, and then that'll be the end of that. That'll be the end.
If
Or
it,
or you'll just say, I'm absolutely sick of this. I can't take another second.
well, as you know, I've said on the podcast 100 times already. I'm never going to be sick of the Heine. When we skip a week, I sit in bed with 10 Advil in my hand, and I weep myself through the week. I need my vitamin Heine. and I profess this completely openly in public. So, well, good. Well, one good thing about our podcast is that we are a deep well of health information. We bring to the forefront solid medical information. And I have another one. It
Please share.
is a big, big survey. 10 million people have gone through a blind cast survey search thingy for their health. What they have decided is going to shock you. If you walk faster, it's better for your health. You're welcome. You're welcome, hungry world. They actually put money into the fact that if you meander when you're on your healthy walks, it's not as healthy as faster walking.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
It's amazing that that would be the case. One thing I did learn, Japanese walking is what all the hip kids are doing now. Have you ever heard of Japanese walking?
Is that when you go on a walk with your samurai sword?
Yes, and you do it backwards the whole way. No. You take a Pekingese and a Siamese cat and walk backwards and let them fight. I found out Japanese walking it's complex. You walk really fast for a bit and then you slow down and then you walk really fast for a bit. And people say it's changed their lives. People from Goop say their life is no longer meaningless. They find themselves refreshed and now they want to join the Olympics and run a marathon.
And get a Shih Tzu.
How long have you been holding that in the holster? Any
Those are
reason?
Chinese dogs. I think the Pekingese
Are they?
dog is named after a city in China. And if you
Really?
were a Japanese dog, isn't it like an Akita? Or what do they feed their dogs in Japan? Is it just sushi? Is it monkfish liver?
Must be a lot of monkfish. They have a healthy diet, or healthier than America. They have a healthy diet over there. A lot of, like you say, a lot of fish. I mean, they import a boatload of fish. I wonder if they waste it on their dogs.
Just the heads. And that is it. Do they all die of mercury poisoning
Probably.
like RFK Jr., who they say he's eaten so much fish that he has mercury poisoning?
And what have you got? I mean, this is something I certainly don't know. What are the signs of mercury poisoning? Do you show the temperature on your pupils and your family can see the barometric pressure? Any idea what symptoms are?
It's the little blue pill no longer works.
Is that right?
Well, it is a medical show, isn't it?
Think that every disease is that the thunder hammer no longer brings electricity from Thor.
May want to check with the Journal of the American Medical Association, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
The medical, you don't need, we don't want anybody taking medical advice from us. We like medical oddities. We are fond of medical weirdness on the show.
And speaking of being fond of medical weirdness, new season for Dr. Pimple Popper.
My wife was so excited for me to text you and tell you about it. Are you like an avid watcher where like you watch every episode, or do you just do the clips like everybody else?
The highlight reels of something really large coming out. Do you stick around for the part where they kind of do a vivisection of the object that has been removed from the skin, the growth?
I guess not. So you get to see like the sliced pieces, is that right?
Well, or if she just mashes it up, like a little bit of
Bees,
mashed
bangers
potato.
and mash.
Just want to.
I love it when she has to use her whole hand to pull out the mayonnaise looking thing. Don't you? It's so big that she can't just get it through the hole. She's got to get her hand in there.
It's like delivering a baby.
I'm salivating. I'm so hungry now talking about it.
I need to drive down to Louisiana for, it makes me hungry for one of the Boudin sausages you get at Bucky's.
Bucky's.
It's right out of Gonzales, right outside of Gonzales, Louisiana. Shout
Now,
out. Thank
is
you,
that
promo.
Louisiana? I love it. Is that where your race is? Where is the next race?
Next race, Puddin' Bay. Puddin' Bay.
Puddin'. I like anything with
Put
the
in
word
Bay.
puddin'.
I said put in Bay. Puddin' Bay.
Well, I
Which I
don't
think
like.
is where everyone in Ohio goes to film their Girls Gone Wild videos in the summer. It
Nice.
must be it's a big boating destination, but by the time we get there for the races, the lake has started to ice over again.
How?
So it's just a bunch of cheap, crappy rentals.
And there are no girls gone wild for the Heine man.
No, once I learned that a long time ago when I thought I would be running away to the racetrack and just be assaulted by beautiful women that no, that's not really where they hang out.
That's not the sport necessarily that brings the bodacious ladies to the track.
I
Well,
don't know.
we live and learn.
Right.
Have you found in your experience that you are meaner as an older adult, or have you found that when you were a bodacious, thick teenager, you were nicer? What's your experience?
Well, Johnny, funny you should ask that because really what it was in when I was young, my meanness was out of ignorance. I was always making dumb comments on stuff I didn't know about. Now, my anger is more focused on things that really offend me, So, comments like,
This,
who cut your hair have a whole different meaning today than they did back then.
and who is the person who's aggressively throwing the "who cut your hair"? Are people being cruel to you just on the street?
No, I'm being cruel to them.
See, I completely was lost. That's
Yeah,
you
no,
being
it's me being mean. Right. My meanness earlier was just
generalized.
ignorant statements that came out of my mouth that I said, "Oh, oops, man, I shouldn't have called that guy. I shouldn't have called that guy a baby killer."
Speaking of completely inappropriate ignorance, one of the funniest scenes that I can remember in a movie is Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover when he goes, "That guy's a retard." I absolutely died because there's a whole level of funny and embarrassing in that sentence.
Is the reason Dave Lennox is no longer on the Cracker Barrel logo. Right there.
Offensive histories. I'm glad that our lives were not filmed because I, I mean, people bring up to me, "Hey, do you remember when?" And I think, that was really offensive. That was horrible. And I'm glad it wasn't filmed.
Right.
Nowadays, it's filmed.
And that's, really why, I'm okay with the Johnny Mathis tapes being right next to the intergender swimsuits at Cracker Barrel.
Nice. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Absolutely. What's your favorite item at Cracker Barrel, and how often do you go?
Only, for me to go to a Cracker Barrel, first I have to go in and check out if the Wi-Fi from the La Quinta overlaps into the Cracker Barrel, and then I can get the Wi-Fi there and don't have to disconnect.
Constantly going off.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I've had the egg casserole there. I mean, the food there is acceptable, and usually the restrooms don't stink as bad as they do over at Denny's.
Denny's and Waffle House, I would say, has a better wafting smell.
I do not. I am completely at a loss at how Waffle House stays in business.
Is if you don't come out of there with a whole new experience of humanity every time you go in, you've not gone to a Waffle House. You've gone to a upscale restaurant somehow.
I've had a customer who said, "Oh, yeah." When I invited him to the lunch, he said, "Oh, we'll just go to Waffle House." I'm like, uh,
What?
Maybe somebody else at the plant wants to go to lunch. We could go down to Juarez and have the
Why?
in-plant menudo, which is more interesting than anything they serve at Waffle House.
At least it's interesting. At
Yeah,
least it's interesting.
right. It's just a little more of a gambit when you put that first spoonful in your mouth.
I absolutely love it. I do like, they do have a shrimp and grits that's seasonal that is very tasty. It's the season that the shrimp comes is 4 seasons too late, but it's very seasonal. It's what I mean to say is it's with you and then without you fast. You're in and you're out quickly. It's like the Chinese buffet where it's not super busy and the shrimp are out in the hot air just a little longer than humanly should be consumed.
When you turn off the light, do those shrimp glow in the dark?
Speaking of mercury poisoning, speaking of your Johnson no longer working,
Just gotten a big load of shrimp in from Indonesia. You were keeping them warm with the water off the power plant.
so tell me, speaking of bathroom activities, which for some reason this horrible dude podcast always comes around to, when was the last time you were at a function or a restaurant or a hotel that had a bathroom attendant? Did COVID get rid of those for you?
Is that what those guys are? I thought they were just kind of weird people hanging out in the John.
Pedos. They're pedos with a towel.
Let me squirt you up with some stank, Purdy. If you just keep your mouth closed, let me spray you down with some of this. You're gonna do a lot better out there on the dance floor.
I have not been accosted with gum and stank purdy in 10 years. I just wanted to make sure I was just antisocial or if they were just gone, but COVID seemed to get rid of that situation. Have you seen a bathroom attendant in the last 6, 7 years? You
I
go
guess
to
I
big
haven't
social
been to
things.
one of those fancier places that have the bathroom attendants.
Yeah, I have not. I think it's probably just me, my usual. I just figured if anybody had, it would be my opera attending, ballet loving podcast partner.
That reminds me
But
of
no.
an old jingle, isn't it? It's like Sam, the toilet bowl man, the chief technician of the public can, issues as he tissues as he passes out the towels while listening to the rumbling of the human bowels. You get it all here.
I love it. I have never heard that song, and you have it memorized from our year 11 advancement.
That
Well,
is from at least maybe probably the fourth grade, maybe the fifth grade.
nice.
Those are the things that when I'm wandering around the old folks' home, they're going to be blurted out of my mouth endlessly. They're going to be, oh,
Awesome.
Henry, it's time for you to go back to your room and be chained to your chair.
That's enough of that.
I hear that again.
I love the
I'm going to feed you some Indonesian shrimp.
some day old seafood, the safest item in the world. Speaking of fourth and fifth grade, did you think that you were kind of a weirdo in fourth and fifth grade? Did you have any indications that you were kind of a oddball?
I mean, other than the public affirmations,
The
I
constant,
denied all that. Said, I'm okay. You're the weirdo.
you're the problem. You're the
You
problem.
out there are the weirdos.
I read a book. It's I'm okay. You're a weirdo. It helped me change my life. For sure, there were signs that I was a weirdo. There for sure were signs. Because when you and I were, fourth, fifth grade, people were not putting gel in their hair and combing it back like Eddie Haskell. And I told my dad I was going to wear my hair that way. And just as you would expect a boomer to be, he wasn't a boomer. He didn't even know that phrase. But he said, "You idiot. Why would you want to do that?" I'm like, "I want to." And I did for a
I like,
week.
I like,
Yeah, I mean, that's there were signs that I was a complete oddball. Well,
nothing ever went
thank
off
goodness.
on my radar.
Well, your radar was had poor reception. Speaking of bad free Wi-Fi, yours was like a Wi-Fi at Cracker Barrel. Well, my friend, what other bits of tidbit, now that we're 2 years old, we've gone past our first birthday, what tidbits can you give the world that we have not gone over that can't wait till next week?
Lake Street Dive album on vinyl, like I did. There it is.
Whoa.
Lake Street Dive. Break out the turntable. Boom.
Nice.
These people,
Nice.
they must
It's
be from
always
Chicago. That's where Lake Street is, isn't it? Hey, there's an insert.
my guess is we need to see the insert.
Same old stuff. Got all the lyrics here. You can
Liner
sing
notes.
along. Sing along.
The liner notes are the size that you can read on an album.
For a new album, they could have gone with some better graphics. It's got them.
That makes you hipper.
Angrily looking. They could have been standing in a big cement object.
Looking off into the distance or at each other directly nose to nose.
Or urinating.
Doing ABBA.
I don't know, whichever it is.
That was Who's Next, I believe. The Who did the Urination album cover.
Yes, on one of the greatest albums of all time.
The Lakeside Drive one?
No, Who's Next?
Who's Next was incredible. I don't know if you should listen to the entire catalog of The Who, but that album and Live at Leeds, holy smokes. Absolutely change your life. For those listening to the podcast that aren't Chris and Allison, those two albums are worth listening to.
Yes, because
I love them.
They've both already heard it ad nauseum.
They're sick of Baba O'Reilly. It makes us think.
Old Man Blues on Live at Leeds.
My goodness, so stunning. I love that cover. It's the most fantastic. One thing that we got a huge reaction of, Charlie visited us on the pod and Pesto visited on the pod. They're beloved by everyone, even more than you, of course. You love them, but they are beloved characters on the pod. So thank you. Charlie, there. Charlie. Well, till next time, my friend. See you later.
Enjoy the outdoors, Johnny.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's CONVEYEQUIP.com.